Good afternoon. So it's a pleasure to share this presentation and session with two good friends. So with Daniel from the PRODAM, the data processor company from the state of the Amazon, and Walter from PRODEB, the same data processor from the state of Bahia, both of these companies in Brazil. So we're going to talk a little bit and see an overview about the Government in Your Hands initiative in Brazil, and a little bit of details, how it's structured and how it works. And then Daniel is going to present how they are applying this initiative in the state of the Amazon, and Walter is going to present the same, how they're applying the state of Bahia. Before we start to present, we're going to see a video and to understand a little better what is the Government in Your Hands, or how we call in Portuguese GPM, just to make it a little easier, what it's about, and all the components that are part of the solution.
Cities are turning into urban centers, with citizens more engaged, demanding, and participatory. Currently, there are more than 2.6 billion people worldwide using internet through smartphones, and this number only increases. The voice of the citizens, as well as their views, are going increasingly far, resulting in the spread of information at a speed never seen before. We live in a new, faster world, more connected, more dynamic, and more intelligent. A world that constantly needs to produce more in less time, with fewer resources and engaging people in a process of continuous evolution. We are getting more and more connected. Today, we are all digital consumers. Our demands and needs change exponentially, and all this evolution raises a challenge for the public administration. However, all challenges lead to opportunities. What if we use the technology to provide transparency in public policies in order to improve the citizen experience and to increase considerably their satisfaction? What if people had contact with the government in the palms of their hands, making their questions, solving their problems, and helping the public administration at the same time? What if the government could communicate directly and actively with the people in a simple and practical way, giving back the concerns of the citizen with continuous delivery of good services and a coactive management? It was thinking about this that we created the GPM, Government in Your Hands. GPM is an innovative app that integrates all the government departments in a single point of contact, where with a single register, using a single login, the citizen has at their disposal a wide range of information and services, all in a personalized manner and fully integrated with social networks. GPM reaches many areas of government, including healthcare, where it helps to reduce queues through appointments online, and improving medical care through the Citizen Digital Medical Records. Making life more secure and responsive, the app provides the generation of accident reports and news of incidents in real time, allowing the competent authorities to get an X-ray of each region, and helping it to choose where to invest the resources in a more assertive way. The population can also perform school online registration. Through the digital agenda, parents receive notifications and can accompany their children's performance, helping actively in their education. Through the app, the citizen may cooperate in building a better traffic, sending notifications to government about holes in public roads, equipment malfunction, and traffic accidents. On the other hand, the government talked directly with citizens, attending to notifications and providing information and services actively. For example, notifications about flooding, vaccination campaigns, information and collection of taxes, participation in social programs. All this can be generated in the app, and much more. GPM is synonymous with engagement through research with the population, such as better use of budget, voting in projects of public interest, and satisfaction surveys, making public management collaborative and participatory. For the citizen, GPM means the elimination of problems and queues with increased satisfaction with the public service. And above all, the feeling of belonging and empowerment with their city. For the government, GPM means more intelligence with more information about its citizens. A new active and direct channel of communication with the population, in addition to the cost savings and better use of public budget. GPM, technology improving the experience between government and citizen.
Well, GPM is, as I said, in Portuguese means government in your hands. It's how we translate. And this is an initiative and a brand that we created in Brazil to really solve a challenge that we have regarding the digital experiences between citizens and governments. As we know, and as we have seen here in the event, everything we think about today, retail, banking, or everything else, we have a mobile app to do. But when we think about the relationship between citizens and governments, this is not exactly related to any digital experiences. So we need to improve that. And this is one of the targets of the GPM. Today, when you think about the government structure, there are for sure different levels and different entities, which establishes a non-bidirectional flow between these two parts, the citizens and the government. So GPM is one way to solve this problem. Just to make very clear, it was designed to face and to solve one of a big problem that we have in Brazil today. Now we are expanding outside Brazil to other countries. But a GPM is not a new product designed by CA. It's a new initiative formed by existing products and services to solve exactly all these issues that I'm explaining. As we saw in the video, the GPM, one of the pieces of GPM, the app, is designed to be applied to different use cases as healthcare, education, transportation, but it really is a platform that is much more flexible than this. It can be applied to many other use cases. As I said, it's not just an app. By the way, the app is the easiest piece to deliver. The GPM initiative is really a platform formed by different components. The app is just one of them, but we are talking about the digital identity of the citizen. We are talking about the whole integration between the different data sources of the government through APIs and microservices, and all these components are part of this solution. If you look at the architecture, and just to understand a little bit, in one side we have the app with the citizens using the social login and the unique login we explained in the video to access the app and create the digital identity. And the other side we have the government with the different data processors, and all these are connected through APIs with different services that are involved in the whole solution. We use it basically, and I can tell almost the whole portfolio of security provided by CA and the whole portfolio of APIs provided by CA Technologies. Right now we have 3 states of Brazil already implementing with the solution implemented. So one of them, Daniel is going to explain in more details in a few minutes, which is for the state of the Amazon. This is already a case we have in production. The other one in the state of POE, also in Brazil, where it's another case that we have already in production for different, of course, all of them they have different use cases, but basically they use the same concept. And the third one that we're going to also talk here today is in the state of Bahia. So this is all the 3 projects that we already have in place today, and there are much others coming in the next months. So the idea behind the GPM and the main target behind the GPM is really connect the citizens with the governments. And we are doing this in Brazil, and now we're going to have the next presenters explain how exactly they are doing in the states they work for. So I'm going to invite Walter to do the next session.
Good afternoon. So,
19 minutes.
so it's a pleasure to talk about our Bahia's e-government project. I'm going to start by sharing some information about our state. Our GDP is $234 billion, and our population is around 60 million, and our main economic sectors are the service sectors with 32% of contributions, and the industrial sector with 80% of contributions. There are 17 million mobile phones registered in our states, and also 53% of countryside populations use cell phones. We have some challenges to overcome in our state, with focus both on government management and citizen services. In management, we have do more with less to increase the efficiency. We have no more about the citizens and their kind of service that they need to increase the effectiveness. We have to integration system and share data for optimizing management processes. To the citizens, we have to provide virtual channels to personalized services in accordance to the real needs, and also offer information in anticipation mode. The relationship channel must be offered at any time and any place, and the usability must be adherent with the current citizens' experience, like mobile phones, mobile applications, service portals, and social media. So, our project has a specific conception based on the integrations the following technology components. The first one is CZRM. This component is used to keep the citizen's profile and all relevant data for their relationship with the government. With this, we have a complete vision of the citizens, be able to treat them as a client and not only as numbers, knowing all the services and the benefits they already have used, the benefits that is they and services that they is using, and also anticipate the future needs for services and informations. This component is used to do personalized campaigns and servers, avoid mass communications, and optimize its results. It is also used to organize and optimize this back-end service processes, and also its service level indicators. The second one is the BI and big data. With these components, we set up situation rooms for tracking government programs, projects, and actions on the strategical, tactical, and operational levels. The treatment and cross data from the internal and external databases allow us to deliver several dashboards to management results and trend analysis, provide assertiveness in decision maker and trends and improving quality of services and provide greater reach of government social programs objectives. The third one is digital channels for citizen relationship. We have mobile applications, web portal, and self-service terminals. They offer a global vision of the city and provide a modern vision of self-service interfaces with unique identifications, catalog of services, like this. So, with this interface, we can offer services personalized like timeline, catalog of services, special awareness like license drive expirations or school score, etc. The usability that we design is adherent with current citizens' experience. Our solution architecture. Our solution architecture enables the integrations of the new platforms, technology platforms, with legacy systems and databases. With the components of CA, SSO, and API gateways, SSO for unique identification, and API gateway to integrate services from the new platform with legacy systems, we offer new services for the citizens and dashboard for the government. So, the services from the education, security, health, ombudsman systems, among others, can be used to offer the new services. Definition results. We expect $61.2 million of ROI in 4 years. To compose the result, we have an investment of $7.2 million with service and software. Acoustic results around $54.6 million with virtualizations, acquisitions, and personalized campaigns. And also a revenue around $14.1 million with advertising sales and monetizations provide microservices for the market. Okay. Thank you for your time. This is all.
Good afternoon. Hello, my name is Daniel, and I work at PRODAM, that's the IT agency at the state of Amazonas. At first, I would like to explain what's the context that we have in our state. Amazonas is the biggest state in our country, and making an American comparison, we are 3 times bigger than Texas. And we serve a population of about 4 million people, and 2 million people are located in the capital, and another 2 million people are even in some cities and even in the middle of the rainforest. We have our economy mainly based on industry, and our production is focused mainly in IT. So it allows us that our citizens are very IT related. Our citizens are very close to technology. When you talk about modernization, when you talk modernize the public sector, we're not talking only about cost savings and better process. We're talking about a real transformation of the society, because we expect to change some behaviors, even the public manager or even the citizen that lives in the middle of the rainforest. When you decide the Amazonas of Palma of your hands, we need to think that how to become the government to an approach that become a government as a platform. How can you provide better service for citizens, and how you can provide in a faster way? So you need to think about digital service, and this is the foundation for smart cities that allow us to give to the public sector a cost reduction and improve the citizen experience. This year was conducted by ABEP, a national institution in Brazil, and a study that showed us that for each dollar that we invest on IT in Brazilian governments, you can reduce about $3 in operational costs. It's an important number because you can say to our governors that they need to invest in IT to reduce the cost of the public sector. So it's the better way in a moment that Brazil has now. This is a crisis, economic crisis. So the better way to gain the crisis, to go ahead, is to invest on IT. And this contest was designed with CA, our partner, the Amazonas, the palm of your hands. Our goal is to provide service for the citizen wherever, everywhere. So no matter if I am in Las Vegas, no matter if I am in Manaus, I'm always a citizen that needs to access some service. So I can have the government in my hand. And the services that we are already providing are related to education, to traffic, to news, and the identity of the citizen. When you talk about the citizen identity, we developed together in the same time of Bahia and Piauí, and that became as the pioneers in Brazil, talking about a unique identification. What's important? Why it's so important? Because as a citizen, I can get some roles in society. Sometimes I'm a father, sometimes I'm a driver, sometimes I need some healthcare service. But in always these models, I'm always a citizen and with only one identification. And this is the heart of our solution. We need to provide service considering only one ID for the citizen. When you talk about this solution, we are aligning our business needs to some requirements, some IT requirements. What are these requirements? We need to provide a solution that consider a cloud environment that's mobile first, that consider government as a service. So we need to consider the government as a platform, as a gateway that can connect with the entrepreneur or with the citizen. We need to be ready to the model of open data model, and you need to ensure the security of the service that are provided to the citizen and the citizen identity. Our architecture, we're considering and we're using some products of the portfolio of CA. We have a very wide product of the portfolio, and we're using the SSO, the IDM, and the API gateway, for example. So what we have now, the applications is already running. We have some service related to education, related to education. When I have access to the grades of my children, I can access my vehicle information, some fines, some expiration dates that I need to know, and I have news. Why is important the news for government? Because you can direct some information related to my profile. So if I'm a father, I will receive some information related to my needs. It's an important gain to government because you can reduce some costs and increase the effectiveness of these actions. What are the main outcomes and the benefits that we have got? We already increased the engagement of the citizen. We have by now something about 6,000 downloads of the applications. We streamlined the government service, so you reduce the time to produce a service to 3 days, and you reduce the cost of the government because you reduce the needs of the human contact. So all the work that at first I need to go to a government office, I can do the same service only with my mobile phone. So I would like to thank you, and now with Denyson. Thank you.
So that's the end of the session. I would like to thank our two speakers, so Daniel and Walter. I really recommend these other sessions for all of you about APIs and microservices. We're going to be around. If we don't have time for questions during the session, but we're going to be around here. If you have any questions, just let us know. Okay, thank you very much.